Bitcoin is dumping very heavily right now here, and on today's update video I will be exactly talking about the reasons why we're seeing this dump right now here and what is likely to be playing out next for Bitcoin. I'm going to be talking about that. Of course, I'm going to be talking about the major CME gap we are currently creating, the massive dump Bitcoin is right now also creating, and of course I'm going to be zooming out here, looking at the most important support and resistance levels to make an opinion whether Bitcoin, of course, is going to see an even bigger dump lower, or whether potentially we could start to think this is potentially going to be the bottom. So I will be discussing that and much more important charts and patterns you will be needing to know about here. So don't forget to once again slap off that like button back above 1,000 likes would be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So Bitcoin has started to see a major dump towards the downside, and let me straight away get in towards the reason why we did saw this major dump here. First of all, we saw a major dump coming in on the S&P 500, and yeah, you can see a major dump here. And especially for a stock market, guys, going down a couple percent in just a matter of hours is quite heavily for the stock market. And major companies like Nvidia, Apple, they all went down over 5% in just a matter of a few hours last night here. And the big reason due to this is due to major competition coming from the Asian markets. And people are getting their money and liquidity out of the US market, out of crypto, and investing it in towards the Chinese market. That is literally what is happening right now here. So DeepSeek was built under 2 months for less than 10 million US dollars, and it's right now #1 in the App Store. On top of that, it is built with outdated chips and a small team of less than 200 people. And meanwhile, the US is pouring $500 billion into AI. And yeah, it is not really doing well here. And of course, I talked about the S&P 500 going down here, but especially the NASDAQ took a massive hit here because it's of course the tech sector that took the biggest hit here. So going down over 4% in only a matter of a few hours here. So this was the reason why Bitcoin also was dragged down here. But I want you to understand, this all happened. It started to happen just moments before it was starting to become Monday. So we have right now created a major CME gap on the top side, because to be exact, we still have got a CME gap yet to be filled up on the top side. And like we do know, which happens most of the times, guys, is that these CME gaps, they tend to get filled up within a matter of days here. So while indeed there weren't necessarily a lot of positives to take this morning, the only positive I can currently think of is, of course, that we do have a major CME gap laying above us, and that likely Bitcoin is still going to be pushing up higher to fill up this gap eventually. So yeah, that is, of course, currently what I'm looking at right now. Next for Bitcoin, I do think it's a bit of an overreaction of the market. And honestly, as time is going to be, of course, passing, the chances of a strategic Bitcoin reserve are going to become bigger and bigger as well. And ultimately, if that is going to come, is where Bitcoin is going to be seeing massive price growth from here. So we can see on multiple charts that actually Bitcoin is right now retesting this downward sloping trend line, right now flipping it into support. So I do really think that, yeah, there's a very good fair opportunity and fair chance to get in towards the market again here against a cheaper valuation. It's below $100,000, and things that are very cheap right now here are definitely altcoins right now here. I mean, there are many altcoins right now on a massive fire sale. I mean, Bitcoin saw a major breakdown here of the support line, and actually ever since we broke below the support, we did saw actually that continuation lower here. So it's great to see that Bitcoin, of course, created that follow through whenever we broke support. But right now, of course, we're going to be looking at the next big level of support. And that is, of course, this downward sloping support line. And if we're going to be looking at the horizontal level of support for Bitcoin, we could be looking at 2 levels. We could be looking at this level right here, which we're currently trading on. And you can see here as well, previous resistance, flipped into support right here. Also currently getting retested. So Bitcoin is indeed coming back towards support right now here. And honestly, I do really think that after seeing such a big dip here, a slight other bounce is all too likely to be happening. And you have to understand here that it is just a battle of the AI which is going on in the background, and it's nothing really got to do with Bitcoin. But of course, Bitcoin is the collateral damage due to the US stock market taking a very big hit here. And honestly, I'm not quite sure what is getting happy. And honestly, I'm not quite sure if it's going to be positive for the Bitcoin spot ETF as well here, since a lot of money is coming from the US and the United States of America. It could be that some people are going to be selling off some Bitcoin to be potentially investing in the Chinese stock market. So let's see how it's going to be playing out here. But anyways, that is going to be a thing for later today here, but that could cause, of course, some more sell pressure later on in the day here. So Bitcoin ultimately, guys, is of course still consolidating, and really I've talked about it many times before. We just need one major catalyst for Bitcoin to see that next major rally towards the upside. And there are also a lot of great developments happening in the background, and of course Bitcoin, it doesn't grow overnight. It's these things which we're doing right now here are going to take months, are going to take potentially even years, and more adoption is slowly coming towards the market. So very excited for what is happening right now here, and the longer this consolidation is going to last, the more bullish and more bigger the breakout is going to be. And ultimately what we're seeing right now here is on that weekly time frame, major previous resistance is flipping into support, and this is ultimately going to be sending us much higher than we are already currently sitting here. And if we just need to be believing this cycle, guys, it doesn't make any sense right now here for Bitcoin to be, of course, already have found the top here, and I really also don't believe that it's going to be happening. I still do believe we have another 200 days left or so in this cycle, maybe 100, but at least another 100 days left in the cycle. So guys, if you want to be trading, there is an insane deposit bonus running right now here if you right now sign up an account to Blofin in the highest link description of today's video, because if you press on that link right there, guys, you can sign up an account to Blofin and even get a chance to, of course, participate in this insane campaign where you can win a Porsche 911. So if you want to win a Porsche 911, check it out in the link description of today's video. Also, there are many other great rewards you can be claiming right now if you sign up an account using that link below here. Further on, I do want to be pointing out that, of course, the demand change for Bitcoin is going to be very important, and it's going to be important that we're going to get a new inflow of users that is ultimately going to be spiking that next rally higher. So Bitcoin exchange reserves are also still very heavily dropping right now here, and that ultimately is showing us a fact that there is still a lot of interest coming in from people to actually be buying Bitcoin here. And I mean, all these charts, they tell us a similar story, and basically all the stories that they're trying to tell us is that Bitcoin is not done yet here. Altcoins are on the verge of having an explosion. I mean, all the charts that just look the same here. The Bitcoin dominance looks like it is going to be taking a massive hit here. And then also, if we're going to be looking at Solana, ever since, of course, the Trump coin launched, it has been extremely bullish for the Solana chain here. And ultimately, it's going to be extremely bullish for the entire altcoin market here, because yeah, the United States president has got its own meme coin, and honestly, that is just something very great for the market in the end of the day here. So I'm very excited for what is about to be playing up next here. Anyways, guys, this is it for me in today's update video. It was definitely a little bit of a shorter video. My voice is completely gone. It's horrible. But anyways, I will try to recover ASAP. And yeah, would like to see you back again tomorrow on another update video. So thank you so much for watching, and see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.